Welcome to day 2 and 4 of the CYBERGENICS Phase One bodybuilding system. This workout is based on positive and negative failure, and if you've watched any of my previous videos on this, the unboxing video in day 1 and 3, then you know that this workout can be pretty intense. This workout came after the total bodybuilding system that was an 8-week program. This is a 6-week program, 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, and then it tells you in the magical little blue book here to take the weekend off, which is kind of cool. It also gives you dietary guidelines to go by, equations to figure out how many macros you need, how many calories you need, and a lot of it is based off of knowing your 1 rep max on some strange exercises. It wants you to know your 1 rep max on pec flies or lateral raises and things like that that you wouldn't normally go in and do 1 rep maxes on. And for that, I'd say just try to get the best guess that you can at what that may be, and don't hurt yourself because you're doing a bunch of reps here. So today we're working lats, traps, delts, and bicep. This box came with a lot of supplements inside of it, and like I said in my previous videos, those supplements were useless. The magic comes from this little blue book and the things that come in it, the dietary regimen and the workout program. This workout is based on positive and negative failure. That means pushing your muscles until they can no longer lift the weight in the positive portion of the rep. And then on some exercises, it has you going even further by having your spotter pick the weight up for you and then you lowering it slowly just to get that little extra muscle damage down there. So if you're new to something like this, this is a great way to be guided through a workout like this that can show you just how hard you can push yourself and the intensity that it takes to do something like that. You will get results if you do a workout like this. This is a 6-week program, and then what I would say is that after something like this, I would recommend going to a little slowed down version where you go back to regular sets and reps, work on your weight a little bit, because this does not have you lifting a lot of heavy weight. It has you doing a lot of reps and no rest between sets and just pushing yourself, and you get kind of a cardio workout out of this. So without further haste, let's get into it. First exercise is lat pull downs, 90% max. 90% max of your lat pull down. You're gonna go positive and negative failure on that, then you're stripping the weight pretty much in half to 60%, and you're going lat pull down with a close grip. So it's telling you to change your grip from medium grip in front to close grip in front. Repeat that 3 to 4 times. And the thing is on this is you want to rest just a minimal amount. It says to only rest long enough for your partner to finish their set. So if you're doing it yourself, you need to rest about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes tops, and then get after it again. So let's get into it. Basically, you're going really heavy with your lat pull downs and you're stripping it down and going, trying to get some kipping reps, some cheat reps, and try to get a few negatives in there. But there's one thing that is bothering me, and I've got to get rid of this thing on me. It's just too much material. There, that's better. Now it's bodybuilding workout. We got the stringer tank, let's go. Positive, negative failure here. I don't have a cable machine in this gym. I have a plate load lat pull down. And I'm facing it backwards because it mimics a lat pull down a lot better. How you know if you've got your weight 90% max is you're probably not going to be able to get 10 reps out of it, if that. Okay, there's positive. And so negative, if you're by yourself, fight it. Lower it as slow as you can. Cheat you a few reps. You're going to look like you're doing some really sloppy form when you do this by yourself. And then you drop it in half. Here we go, let's finish it out. And it will feel light. When you strip that down, you're like, oh, this is easy. But it will get difficult very quickly. Don't let your form get sloppy. Good, solid form. All right, and I'm gonna lock that down. Chest up, chin up, then lower it as slow as you can. And I'll get 2 or 3 negatives on this. Fight it all the way up. That negative is very important. And you repeat that 3 to 4 times. And when you first begin the program, I would suggest starting with just the base amount it says to do it. Just start like 3 sets. because it's a long program and you got a lot to do here. And if you haven't been doing something like this, you're gonna get pretty sore. But we'll stick with 3 sets on this today. I'm not gonna make you watch me on all of them. We're gonna skip ahead to the next exercise, which is bent rows with barbell. See at the dumbbell rack. Set 2 is bent rows with barbell 80% max. So it's got you rowing some really heavy weight here. So watch your form, try not to hurt your low back. And it's got me, it says bent rows with barbell. Now, I would also suggest that you can do this on any back row machine. It's just trying to hit mid back, lower lats, that kind of thing. There are tons of great back machines out there, but if you want to be old school and do what they say exactly, use the barbell. But if you've got a low row machine or a hammer strength row, ISO row machine, that works just fine. Or an old school T-bar is fine too. So it's just got me doing this to positive failure. Let's get it. Rowing in, lower stomach. And I think I picked the weight correctly. The problem with bent barbell rows is you'll end up putting a lot of stress on your low back if you don't do them right. Which I'm sure people are gonna pick my form apart. Again, on a lot of these, it's hard to go to positive failure without killing your form and doing really sloppy workouts. So just try to keep your form sharp, and when your form begins to suffer, that's positive failure. So stop there. Go a little bit past it. You get a couple of cheap sets there, cheap reps, but after that, that's it. Rack it. And that's it for lats. You would do that 3 times. Now, we're on to traps. Let's get there. Traps. It has 2 sets warm up with dumbbell shrugs, 60% max. And then you go to positive failure with barbell shrugs, then superset directly to positive negative failure with dumbbell shrugs. And you're supposed to repeat that 3 to 4 times. It tells you to stretch in between each set. But here's the thing, I am injured in my shoulder and I cannot do shrugs. So instead of me doing shrugs, please enjoy some golden era bodybuilders blowing themselves out doing shrugs. It's delts. Time to build some disc star delts. Build those shoulder caps up. 2 sets of warm up with barbell or universal press. And I think they're referring to universal press as the old school universal machines that you used to see in gyms. It was just a big multi-station press. But basically it means machine press. And a lot of these exercises are up to your own interpretation. Like if it says you have to use free weights on it or something, you can use a machine. You will get better results on a lot of these, especially like dumbbell presses and stuff. If you do the free weights, of course, free weights will always win over machines for the most part. But, you know, machines will work just fine. In a lot of these cases, then for shoulder presses, they'll be fine. So it's got you doing barbell universal press 90% max. You drop set and go positive negative failure with that. And then you do the same thing with a drop set half that weight to barbell press, and then go to lateral raises for positive failure. So this one is gonna burn those shoulders up. So we're going basically really heavy weight overhead presses, dropping it in half, almost half, and then going more overhead presses, and then drop setting lateral raises. Let's get into that. I'm using this plate loaded overhead press. It's a Star Trek brand, but you can use a hammer strength press, a CYBEGENICS press. It doesn't matter. I like plate loaded overhead presses. They're safe and I like them on my shoulders, but the one thing about this machine is it works better if you set on it backwards. You can't press as much weight, but you get more out of it. I feel like it works my core a little bit more when I go from this angle. All right, and then negative. Lower it as slow as you can. We'll drop that weight in half. Shed some weight off that thing. And the thing with these drop sets is you don't rest long. Get into these as fast as you can. And even though the weight's lighter, like I said, especially with shoulders, it catches on pretty quickly. I don't have a spotter on this. So the negative on this is just gonna be basically what I can get and start some negatives a little bit early in the set instead of waiting till I'm completely dead. And that's not something you can do with a barbell press. That's why a machine might be better for this exercise. Right into the lateral raises. Pick a weight, something you could probably get about 10 times. It's only got you going to positive failure with this. And it's got you doing this 3 to 4 times. And I'll tell you right now that once you build your endurance builds up to the point where you can handle most of these 3 to 4 rounds, you are getting one heck of a pump by the end of this. Your arms will feel like they're floating. So if it's something that you haven't been doing this type of workout and you switch gears to this, the pump you're gonna get is amazing from it. It's something, you know, I mean, it's all about chasing the pump. I mean, you're just trying to get swole up with it. So that's why this workout is so good. So I'm gonna do that 2 more rounds and I'll see you for biceps. And the bicep exercise is probably one of my most favorite drop sets of all time. I can't wait to show it to you. So why are we here? I mean, we're here to work biceps and that's what we're doing right now. 2 sets of warm up and barbell curl. Well, I don't know why you'd be warming up because at this point I'm toasted. I mean, I'm pretty warm, I would say, but whatever. It says you're doing 2 sets of warm up, it says. And then barbell curls, 90% max. 90% max of your barbell curls, positive and negative failure, and then you drop set that to barbell curls 50% max. So basically go really heavy, cut that weight in half and keep rocking to negative failure. And this is where a spotter comes in handy because the barbell curls, you're gonna look like you're over there pumping the bar or something, you know, somebody's gonna ask you if you're all right. If you're over having a seizure trying to get these curls. So this is a real simple superset, but again, it really gets some results in it. So let's jump right into it. In this exercise, my wife Brittany will be assisting me in the negative curls.
Which means I'm gonna be lifting.
So she's getting a bicep workout at the same time. So this is supposed to be 90% of my max. And I'll get a few of these because it is pretty heavy. 35-pound bar, 75 pounds. More possible. Here we go, negative, lower it as slow as you can. All right. And as far as negatives go, at least get a couple of them. We're gonna get one more. And then you'll drop immediately into lighter weight. And when I say lighter weight, it's like whatever that means. For me, this is only like 35 pounds now.
So do you need a spotter?
We're gonna need a little assistance on this too. More positive. And since it's lighter, really emphasize that negative. You can really feel it hit those biceps. This will give you a heck of a pump. One more. Whew. Slow. And then when it gets about right there, fight it. And that's how you do that. And it tells us to repeat that 3 to 4 times. 3 to 4 times. And like I said, once you build up to 4 rounds of that, it will completely cook your biceps. And we're not done. We got preacher curls now. Let's go. And now we are at the last exercise, except for abdominals, is set 2B curls on preacher bench, or Scott bench, it says in parentheses. 70% max, positive and negative failure. So basically you're going pretty heavy on this, and this weight would probably be something that you would pick, that you would normally pick on a machine where you would kind of get fatigued at about 8 to 12 reps, something like that. But again, the key here is not just the positive failure, but the negative on this. And the reason I'm doing it on a machine is because I can kind of self-spot myself, and my wife can be free on camera to film me. So curls on the preacher bench, 70%. Here we go. I like curls on a preacher bench. I like the barbell too, but this machine has a pretty good angle on it for bicep curls. You just have to make sure that you're lining your elbows up for the right spot. as with all, the reason I like these machines is you can get a big squeeze at the top, and I feel like a lot of your resistance isn't just wasted at the bottom of it. And I'm about to show you why I picked a machine. Here's the negative. Good, slow, controlled negative. And then I'm gonna stand up, and that's my cheat to get it up into that negative position. So to the normal bystander, this looks like I'm doing some awesome cheat reps of this. It's a gym fail, but it's for a reason, and you can get a lot of negatives out of that. I would suggest getting 3 or 4. One more.
Whew. Should I mention it's really good to have a trainer to watch your form?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Form is very important. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is gonna look weird because you're having to do jerky movements to do, if you're training by yourself, to get yourself back into the position where you can get a negative. It's where a training partner really comes in handy. And also, it's great to have a training partner because of the motivation and the accountability. But if you're by yourself, it can totally be done. And it says to repeat this 2 to 3 times. And then that's it. Basically, you go into abdominals. And this is something I didn't cover in the last video, is that in both of these, it has you doing abs at the end of the workout, doing incline bench, leg raises, and just sit-ups. So basically, just do abs, do some abs, don't skip it, do something. Your gym probably has an ab machine in it. Just do some abdominal work. Don't make abdominals the crux of your workout, like that's gonna make you skinnier. What's gonna make you skinnier is eating less food, eating the right foods, and consistency. So I appreciate you guys watching today. I hope you've enjoyed these videos as much as I've enjoyed making them. Like I said before, CYBERGENICS played a big part in my youth and getting me started in the fitness industry and just showing me how hard you could train yourself. And another thing, I use these principles a lot with the people I train, all ages. It doesn't matter how old they are. I've got people in their 80s, 70s, and 80s that I'm using, not positive, negative failure, but we're using drop sets and the things I learned in these books. This is golden, but this isn't the end all be all. Any workout program that you stick to and follow is golden, and that's important. So if you have any questions, post them down in the comments. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and I'll keep making these videos. And if you have any suggestions of any other retro workouts or any current workouts you'd like for me to review, let me know. See you next time.